politics of illegal migration. It is a huge story across the whole of Europe too. In elections in the Netherlands just a few weeks ago, Geert Wilders topped the poll. He's now trying to put together a coalition government so that he can become the prime minister.
Dat wij ervoor gaan zorgen dat Nederland weer voor de Nederlanders wordt. Dat die asieltsunami en die immigratie, dat die wordt beperkt. Dat mensen weer meer geld in een portemonnee krijgen.
And in France, Marine Le Pen is the bookmaker's favorite to win the next French presidential election.
Oui, la réponse est oui, il se passe quelque chose dans le monde. Contre des puissances, soit supranationales politiques comme l'Union européenne, contre un système qui depuis trop d'années, je souhaite retrouver 4 souverainetés essentielles. La souveraineté législative, nos lois sont supérieures aux directives de l'Union européenne. La souveraineté territoriale, nous décidons qui vient et qui se maintient sur notre territoire. Nous voulons des frontières. Troisièmement, la souveraineté économique et bancaire. J'ai le droit de faire du patriotisme économique si je le souhaite. Et évidemment, la souveraineté monétaire.
The French Parliament have passed some new laws. They've been passed by Monsieur Macron, and the European Union have themselves thrashed out a deal. This was concluded in the European Parliament. It's yet to be voted on, but basically saying they're going to set up centres close to the Mediterranean, and that if people have not got the right to be in the European Union, they will be deported.
Do have the agreement on this holistic European framework.
As we step into the new year, a palpable awakening is coursing through communities across Europe. Increasingly, citizens are voicing demands for their governments to address and regulate the persistent flow of migration. The urgency stems from a complex reality. A surge of predominantly young male migrants entering countries under the guise of claiming asylum, showing a reluctance to integrate into the host community and culture. This demographic not only burdens the hosting countries, but also strains their economic systems. The need for extreme measures and deportation rules becomes imperative. These migrants are not seeking employment opportunities, but are rather drawn by the allure of economic benefits, and unsettlingly, the potential to join criminal networks. Moreover, uncontrolled legal migration, where migrants intentionally refuse to integrate, poses a range of multifaceted challenges that extend beyond the economic domain. The repercussions are significant and evident, with strains on resources such as healthcare, education, and social services. Economic impacts include potential job competition and wage pressures. Furthermore, social tensions arise from their deliberate choice not to integrate, fostering community conflicts. It's important to note that security risks loom large as screening processes encounter potential loopholes.
Are the EU finally waking up to reality? Well, it seems so obvious to me that if you literally allow anyone that crosses the Mediterranean who sets foot, whether it's in Italy or in Spain or wherever it may be, to stay, which is what they did, that this would have catastrophic consequences. And the social consequences of that have been felt in countries like Sweden have been enormous.
First, we will embark on our exploration, starting with the complex immigration landscape in France, where recent laws have positioned President Macron's government in a precarious situation. Then our journey continues to Germany, where a draft bill designed to streamline deportations amid a refugee surge is making waves, revealing the legislative intricacies at play. And finally, a historic moment awaits us within the European Union. Significant reforms are poised to reshape the very core of its asylum system. This juncture is undeniably transformative, and we extend an invitation for you to secure a front row seat and witness history in the making.
Here to tell you that we should unite our forces. Hungarian people decide they don't want migration, so they don't want to play by the rules of the progressive. They rejected the false claim that migrants cannot be stopped and forced us leaders to act. And we stopped illegal migration. We have actually built that wall. Hungarian state institutions are obliged to protect the Christian culture of Hungary. Hungary shall protect the institution of marriage as the union of one man and one woman. Family ties shall be based on marriage. what the relationship between parents and children. The mother is a woman, the father is a man, and leave our kids alone. Full stop, end of discussion.
The multifaceted nature of the immigration debate in Europe encapsulates a spectrum of perspectives, ranging from stringent security measures to humanitarian ideals. The ongoing discourse mirrors the tension between upholding national security concerns and fulfilling international obligations. Policymakers grapple with the intricate task of harmonizing these competing interests while ensuring that the essence of European unity isn't undermined by the varying approaches taken by member states.
Io penso che ci sia un problema di compatibilità tra la cultura islamica o certa interpretazione della cultura islamica e i diritti e i valori della nostra civiltà. A me non sfugge che la gran parte dei centri culturali islamici in Italia sono finanziati dall'Arabia Saudita, e l'Arabia Saudita è una nazione che a casa sua applica la Sharia, e Sharia significa lapidazione per l'adulterio, pena di morte per apostasia, pena di morte per omosessualità. Credo che queste questioni vadano poste, che non vuol dire generalizzare sull'Islam, vuol dire porre il problema che c'è in atto un processo di islamizzazione dell'Europa che è molto distante dai valori della nostra.
Moreover, as the European Parliament elections loom closer, these deliberations intensify, as each decision bears the weight of potential electoral repercussions and implications for the European Union's collective stance on immigration. The intricacies of implementing immigration policies become apparent against the backdrop of legal complexities and divergent interpretations of international agreements. While there's an urgency to address the migration challenge, achieving consensus on effective and ethical solutions remains elusive. Moreover, the evolving nature of the global landscape, including geopolitical shifts and socioeconomic disparities, further complicates the formulation and execution of coherent and inclusive immigration policies. The passage of France's recent immigration law through the lower house of assembly marks a contentious victory for Macron's government.
Vous avez 27 articles qui permettaient la régularisation des travailleurs sans papier, et je suis fier d'être le seul ministre de l'Intérieur, du seul gouvernement, du seul président de la République qui mettra dans la loi de la République la régularisation de tous ceux qui n'ont pas de papier, qui travaillent dans notre pays.
Même se réjouir d'une avancée idéologique, d'une victoire même idéologique du Rassemblement national, puisque est inscrit maintenant dans cette loi la priorité nationale.
Despite securing a 349 to 184 vote, the triumph appears precarious, having left a sour taste within Macron's ruling party, teetering on the edge of a minority government in the lower house. Several left-leaning members of Macron's party expressed discomfort, reluctant to endorse a bill that found support from Marine Le Pen's national rally, fearing potential political fallout. The multifaceted bill encompasses diverse and contentious elements. A pivotal point of contention involved extending the waiting period for foreigners arriving in France to claim benefits, distinguishing their treatment from that of French citizens. This aspect was particularly polarizing, with Marine Le Pen's party lauding it as an ideological victory, heralding it as a move towards national preference, while left-wing opposition vehemently opposed this perceived discriminatory stance. Beyond benefit-related regulations, the bill encompasses stringent measures aimed at expelling illegal immigrants and criminalizing illegal immigration as an offense, potentially resulting in fines. Additionally, provisions allowing the revocation of French nationality for dual nationals convicted of severe crimes have stirred considerable debate and opposition within Macron's party. Macron's original intent to include an amnesty for undocumented workers underwent substantial dilution, evolving the bill into a more conservative, hardline text than initially envisioned. The complex and multifaceted nature of the legislation has intensified discord, accentuating the stark divide within Macron's party and eliciting strong rhetoric in the parliament, with debates escalating over the bill's alignment with the fundamental values of the French Republic. The German government has proposed a draft bill aimed at facilitating the repatriation of specific irregular migrants, ushering in a strategy to expedite the deportation process for those lacking legal permission to stay.
Das Grundrecht auf Asyl zu schützen, müssen wir aber irreguläre Migration deutlich begrenzen. Wer kein Bleiberecht hat, muss unser Land wieder verlassen. Die Zahl der Rückführungen ist in diesem Jahr schon um ca. 27% höher als im Vorjahreszeitraum. Dennoch gibt es erheblichen Handlungsbedarf.
Interior Minister Nancy Faeser emphasized the necessity for consistent law enforcement to address the increasing number of refugees entering Germany without authorization, projected to surpass the 2016 record. The proposed measures involve an extension of the detention period for individuals awaiting deportation, allowing authorities more time to prepare. Additionally, law enforcement would gain increased access to migrants' accommodations and mobile devices to facilitate identity verification and deportation proceedings. However, one of the most contentious proposals permits the deportation of members associated with organized crime groups, even in the absence of criminal convictions, mirroring the existing policy for members of terrorist organizations.
I think it's not a question of moving to the right or moving to other political positions. It's a question about securing our society. We are signaling that we don't accept people who are doing crime, who are doing major offenses here in Germany, are not in a safe haven. We had several attacks in other European countries. We had attacks also here in Germany. If we have clear indicators that these people planning attacks are radicalized, we don't want to wait until the attack takes place and then react. We want to get before, because we have to save our people in our country as well.
The intensified focus on expediting deportations in Germany occurs amidst a nationwide debate surrounding immigration figures. Political factions opposing migration have gained ground in various German regions. While migration has been integral to bolstering essential public services, tensions regarding immigration have surfaced. Despite welcoming refugees initially, the recent influx of over 2,700 additional refugees, primarily from war-torn Ukraine, has amplified concerns. The far-right populist party, Alternative for Germany, AfD, holds seats in the local council, contributing to the polarization surrounding the immigration discourse.
Die deutsche Nation nicht verhandelbar. Der Osten steht auf. Holen wir uns unser Land zurück. Ich danke euch.
Challenges in communication and understanding German laws have prompted the need for support organizations, such as the Complaints Office for Refugees, which assist individuals in navigating administrative hurdles. Despite the efforts to accommodate new arrivals, a lack of adequate space remains a predominant issue, triggering tensions among refugees sharing limited living quarters. Amidst years of negotiations, the European Union has reached a pivotal agreement on sweeping reforms aimed at reshaping its asylum system. A move hailed as historic by EU lawmakers.
This is a proud testament to the fact that Europe can deliver solutions on issues that matter to the many. And this is the case of migration. The ground floor is external borders. We are introducing a new and mandatory screening at all borders of all arrivals. In the second stage, all those unlikely to get asylum will have to go through mandatory fast-track border procedures and efficiently processing returns of those who have no legal reason to be under the European Union's protection. The agreement provides for strong solidarity mechanism where we ensure that member states always get the support we need. And at the same time, where solidarity is provided for, the system will always leave member states with an alternative to relocation.
This breakthrough comes after prolonged discord and political contention among member states and political factions. The consensus on this contentious issue represents a significant milestone, showcasing a rare alignment of diverse parties within the European Union. The core of these reforms centers on a redefined approach to addressing irregular migration within the EU. Central to the changes is an emphasis on enhancing solidarity among member states, ensuring a more equitable distribution of migrants and asylum seekers across the bloc. The reform proposes a redistribution mechanism, compelling countries to share the responsibility of hosting migrants or contribute financially if unwilling to accommodate them. However, the agreement also ushers in contentious measures aimed at expediting deportations and border vetting procedures. The plan delineates a process to separate migrants and asylum seekers based on the likelihood of their asylum requests being approved. This facet includes the establishment of detention centers, a move criticized by human rights groups, as potentially fortifying Europe's borders and diluting shared responsibilities. Additionally, the agreement introduces contingency plans for crises when a sudden influx of migrants and asylum seekers inundates EU shores. This provision allows member states to relax certain rules, potentially detaining individuals for extended periods during such crises, sparking controversy and concern among human rights advocates. Despite the EU member states' celebration of this agreement as a victory, the reforms face challenges ahead, including formal ratification and potential political hurdles amid upcoming European elections. In summary, we have traversed the intricate landscape of European immigration policies, examining the nuanced challenges faced by key member states. From the complex political dynamics in France to the legislative developments in Germany and the transformative reforms within the European Union. Each aspect underscores the gravity of this issue. The European Union marks a historic achievement with sweeping reforms to reconfigure its asylum system. It is essential to acknowledge that citizens across European countries are expressing growing frustration with the persistent migration challenges. There is an increasing demand for governments and the European Union to take decisive steps and address concerns regarding the integration of migrants with Western Christian culture, with a call for the removal of those who fail to integrate. This sentiment adds a layer of urgency to the ongoing dialogue on immigration policies. If you found this overview insightful, we encourage you to express your support by liking, subscribing for updates, and sharing your perspectives. Your involvement contributes to the ongoing dialogue that shapes the trajectory of immigration policies. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let your voice resonate. Until our next exploration, thank you for your discerning attention.